What is going on, everyone? District here, and today we are going to be watching one of the fastest moving players in the world, breaking down their gameplay and getting you to understand what you need to be doing so that you can slowly start playing like them. Something that I'm a huge fan of is watching players who are significantly better than me in certain aspects of the game, whether it be movement, game strategy, game sense, ranked, pro league, whatever it might be. I like to watch people significantly better, analyze, break down what they're doing, try to think in my head, why are they doing what they're doing, and then try implementing those strategies into my own gameplay. Now, obviously right away, I don't really see improvements instantaneously, but as I continue to practice and think about those strategies going into each individual game, I slowly start to notice significant progression in my own gameplay, and especially in my customers' gameplay who I'm coaching when I start getting them to do those same particular things. Now, today we are going to be breaking down Faide's gameplay. Specifically, one of his recent videos 6 days ago from the time of this recording, my movement amazed my teammate. Now, before we get into that, big shout out to Faide, who just hit 1 million subscribers on YouTube. This guy has been grinding his ass off. He is just an absolutely insane player, and with all due respect, one of the best players in the world. A lot of people think that Faide is the #1 movement player. I tend to disagree. I think there are players who are significantly better than Faide in terms of using movement, but in terms of game sense on top of movement, I think Faide is probably the best player in the world at using movement to position his body to where he needs to be so that he can hit more consistent 1v3s and essentially just clutches. Now, with that being said, let's hop into this reaction here. Start breaking down what Faide is doing right and what Faide is doing wrong. Now, right off the rip, something that a lot of people think is that Faide is a super aggressive player. And even though Faide is an insanely aggressive player, he's also a very passive player. Something that I want a lot of people to look out for as we start diving into this video is I want you guys to pay attention to how and when does he push into a player, how and when does he push up. You'll notice for the most part, if he's already established a gunfight with a player and they're a certain distance away, Faide will stay at that distance until he creates a scenario that he can push up off. This is something that is super important in gunfights, because if you start moving up too soon and you're moving through the open, which is typically a very vulnerable place, an area that you can take lots of damage, if you move up, taking damage on the way, now you're stuck in a situation that it's going to be very difficult to get out of. Versus if you do your damage at a distance, that will typically make people look away from you, giving you the opportunity to move through that vulnerable open area for free. Now, in situations where there isn't a fight established, meaning maybe someone's looking away, they're not looking at Faide, Faide has that opening already to get closer without taking damage. And when you're the person who is constantly making that first play, you're able to put in damage first. That also gives you the opportunity to leave the fight first or disengage the fight, meaning that you're putting in damage and you're taking yourself out and keeping your health up. So you're bringing their health down and keeping your health up constantly giving you the ability to have a massive advantage in your fights. So look out for this just naturally as Faide is fighting, and then we'll continue to look for other things along the way. Now, something that you notice with Faide is even in situations where there may not be someone, like in that last situation right there where there wasn't anyone on the roof that he knows of, but he still is using his mantle jumps to move forward. He's still using super jumps to cover zip lines super quickly and efficiently. He's constantly using movement tech so that, one, he's hard to hit in case there's a situation that he's not ready for, and two, you're constantly getting in that practice. So when you see people constantly moving around really quick and doing fancy stuff, it's not that they're trying to show off, they're trying to practice, something you should be doing whenever you get the chance. And also, you're keeping yourself ready in case there's something that you may not be particularly ready to deal with in that moment. As well, you'll notice that when Faide's in the open, and he notices that pressure is going to start getting put on him, he will bring himself back to a safe position. Now right there, I don't know if you can hear it, but there's actually audio on someone on the first floor. So Faide isn't going to wait to see that person. He's going to go and see that person, be the one to make that first initial play. Again, right? He wants to be moving up, so just doing little things like using movement while you're moving into a fight is going to give you the chance to move up through the open, a very vulnerable spot, while taking as little damage as possible, right? So it's, again, something as simple as, you know, the wall push that he tried to use right there, he didn't get it, right? But still, the idea that if he can push himself off that wall and give himself this instant burst of speed and momentum, he can carry that with him into the gunfight that he's about to take, giving himself a better chance to keep more health in a situation where he could easily lose health. And again, you notice how right here, as soon as Faide starts taking this gunfight, he notices, oh shit, I'm in the open and I can't fight. Instead of staying here, I'm going to back off, create space, and give myself the chance to keep my health up longer and more effectively. Again, oh no, I don't want to be in that spot. Take myself out of the fight, reset, and now that the fight's been reset, I can re-engage with a fresh start. Something else I really want you to pay attention to is how often does Faide holster his weapon. We call this either an instant slide or a Faide slide. When you holster your gun, you don't have to take a minimum of 3 steps so that you can get a slide jump. You can instantly slide from a standstill, and you run faster, which means that you slide sooner and you slide faster. Holsters, better movement speed, right? And then he does that little backwards tap strafe, again, repositioning his body, keeping himself hard to hit and on the move. Holster, instant slide forward. Into safety, holster, slide forward, keeping the pressure on. We always want to make sure that we're keeping pressure on people who we're fighting. Now right here, right, Faide's obviously in a bad situation. He needs to create a reset, so how are we going to do this? Armor swap. Now we're healthy-ish. We're still missing some health. Here's the reset. So if there's no pressure being put on you, don't be afraid to take a moment and reset. Something that we notice a lot with Faide and that we notice a lot with higher level players is that you should always be looking to be putting in damage. So if you're not shooting in that moment, it's either you're going to be moving to shoot your gun or you're going to be backing off so that you can reset so that you can get back to shooting your gun. There's almost never a situation where you're just going to be sitting there and waiting for something to happen. You are almost always going to be the one making the plays. And if you're not the one to be able to make the play, you're going to back off, reset, and be the first one to re-engage. So be the first to disengage, be the first to re-engage. Again, the more that you can be doing that, the more likely that you're going to have a better chance to put in more damage than everyone else. Right? So again, be looking for that as this happens. Faide disengages. He's not going to wait for someone to come to him. He's going to go to everyone else. Right? Again, Faide wasn't in a good situation, so what did he do? Holster his gun, slide, get out of there. Faide's looking for an opportunity to push up. Doesn't want to just move through the open. Reset. Re-engage. And again, it's something that's super, super small, but it's something that a lot of people just don't do. You put in your damage, you take yourself out of frame for a moment, you're going to avoid all of that incoming damage, right? So if you can be the first one to shoot, and you can be the first one to disengage, you can also be the first one to re-engage. So you're always putting in damage, you're always keeping your health up, you're always putting in damage.
Oh, they're angry. They're probably gonna make a zip to the roof.
Probably didn't go roof, yep, roof. From roof, you can have that power spot and then be looking a much safer, more aggressive angle. Holy shit, I couldn't speak right there. I was like burping so hard. Now he's going to use movement to quickly move up the zip, right? And again, using movement so that you can stay hard to hit. So right there, right, if he keeps himself on the roof, now you're kind of locking yourself into that situation. If you can use, you know, some type of movement to engage the situation, you're probably going to be the first one to put in damage. And then if you can disengage, you're going to keep a lot of your health while doing it. That's why Faide right there wasn't able to get, like, pissed on, because he didn't lock himself into that bad situation. Oh, dude, if he hit that stick, that would have been huge.
Going in a straight line. Bro. Why do arc stars go in straight lines, bro? So stupid.
Mantle jump up. Give himself a good angle. Wasn't able to hit a shot. Reset. Try again. So don't be afraid to make a play. Try to do something with it. And if it doesn't work, then just try again. Damage, reset, re-engage. Look for the angle, not working, disengage. Try again.
They're so cringe.
Now, I don't know why Faide hasn't like they keep fencing off that door right there, right? Or like that one particular spot. So it's going to be kind of hard for him to keep re-engaging that same angle. After a while, you know, it's time to kind of cut your losses unless you just want to keep trying the same thing over and over until it works, right? But there's also a whole bunch of different angles that Faide could have just played right here. For instance, maybe you don't want to climb up on this left side because it's really easy to look down on, but on the back side of the building, kind of where the entrance is to go down to the stairs, on the opposite side of the wall, on the outside of the building, there's a really good climb up that most people don't know about. Faide knows it. I've seen him hit it like tons of times, right? But this team probably wouldn't know that there's a climb up there, and he could get a really easy climb up and then fight from that spot.
Is he trying to... Surely not trying to split push me.
And again, right, you notice how this team, not a single time, has really come to fight Faide. They're just sitting in a spot, allowing Faide to keep making plays on them. Because this team doesn't know what Faide's going to do or how he's going to do it, it is very hard for them to play off of it. Versus Faide, he knows I'm just going to super jump up and I just need to look at them. They don't know that that's going to happen or when it's going to happen. Like right there, right?
Oh
So again, Faide is constantly making a play, and then he's disengaging the play. Re-engage, disengage.
One's hiding. Ew, one's hiding on the roof.
He needs to reset, then he needs to re-engage this fight before they get that res. Disengage, re-engage.
I had no shotgun ammo.
Be the first to look.
Dude.
Oh, he could have got that one clip off. Disengage. Reset out of that bad fight. He needs a full leap here. No shot!
Hey, whoa.
What?
Damn, dude, you're the greatest of all fucking time. Holy shit.
Yeah, he is the GOAT. But again, right? That entire fight right there was just split up of Faide constantly backing off, resetting, and then trying again. Right? It's not working. That happens, dude. It happens. A lot of the time, we're going to make a play. We're going to miss shots. Someone's going to be in a weird spot where, you know, like, we're going to maybe fumble the mechanic input. Like, maybe you just don't hit the super jump. Maybe you don't hit the mantle jump. Maybe your tap strafe is scuffed and you hit the wall instead of going through the door, right? Don't be afraid to cut your losses, holster your gun, back off, and reset. Right? If there's a team in front of you, a lot of the time, you shouldn't be waiting to see what happens. You should be trying to engage that team and take advantage of the fact that they're in a spot and they're not pushing you. You should always be pushing them. If a team is pushing you, back off, reset, try and re-engage. Right? Faide's going to be looking right now to be putting in damage. Right there, he tried to super jump off that zip line and push the guy who is up top. He missed his jump. He's just going to be like, whatever, cut my losses. I'm going to reset, and I'm going to find a new angle that I can push from. Damage, re-engage. Now that he's got that damage, now he can push up.
Why does he reach out that?
Reset. Get back to putting in the work. Off the damage he can put in, he can commit to. Right? But you can't commit to a fight until there's a reason to commit to it. Right? So he needs to have good enough damage so that he can hard push someone. Like right there, right? Not enough damage for him to actually push that player. So he's either going to keep chiseling away on him, or he's going to look for a new angle to fight someone else. Wasn't in a good spot to challenge. Make himself hard to hit, get his damage, push off that damage. Maybe he can go for that Loba now.
Oh, behind me.
Damn.
They're hiding in corners.
You notice, right? You notice how Faide still hasn't yet committed to one of these fights. Or he still hasn't yet committed to this individual fight. He's got lots of opportunities where he's done damage. He's tried to go and secure the knock on someone, but because those little things like there was someone behind him, he missed one too many shots, he got hit a little bit more than what he wanted to so that he could actually commit, he backed off, he reset, and now he's going to try to re-engage that fight, create a new scenario that he can push off of, and then when he gets that new scenario, then he'll commit. Right, so again, a lot of people think that Faide is a very aggressive player, and even though he is very aggressive, he's constantly pushing, he's also very passive. He doesn't commit to a gunfight until he's ready to, until there's a reason for him to commit, like he's got a good enough damage on one person, he's got a knock on someone, he sees that someone is split and he has a fair 1v1 with them.
They're zipping away, they're terrified. Why are they so terrified? Why are they zipping away? It's a 3v1. Really cool playstyle here.
Bro, are you Faide?
No?
Yes, you are, dude. I fucking recognize the voice. I you are too damn good at this game.
Where even are they? Bro, you guys are... You want that?
Did they fix evac towers where you can phase off of them now? I thought that was still broken.
Oh, this is bad.
Reset. Alright. Get ready to re-engage here. Off damage, maybe he can play off that.
Bro, they all just run away and heal.
That is the knock that he needed to really win that, because having to res, or having to fight a Newcastle who keeps resing with the gold knock is going to be really annoying.
It is so loud to watch you play this game.
No shot, bro. They had 2 gold res. Oh, dude, that's actually so lucky that every single person he knocked is the person who has the gold res.
So cringe. He's blocking my mantle jump.
Reset. Re-engage. GG.
Massive GG.
GG's.
Now again, right? Obviously, Faide has insanely fast movement. He is just an absolutely disgusting player. But the reason why his movement is so effective is because he uses his movement to play in very unforgiving scenarios. For instance, 90% of his gunfights is playing right next to people in the open. And that movement is there to give him the ability to keep his health up in a scenario where your health would normally be very low, because you're just in an unforgiving spot, right? So if we can practice using our movement to stay in bad fights, and we can use our movement to get out of bad fights, we're going to find a lot more success in our fights, in our 1v1s, in our 1v2s, in our 1v3s. That's actually a great example right there of using that Faide slide. Let's watch that through. We'll back it up, we'll rewatch that. Notice how right here, damage, holster, 1-step slide, instantly push in. Back off, disengage, re-engage. We always want to make sure that we're the individual pushing up, and we're always the one who's moving back. And again, whenever you holster your gun, you get that really quick movement, right, that you can use to be pushing up or pushing back. So, practice whenever you are winning. Holster your gun, move in and out of situations.
Only win with abilities, of course.
Not winning a fight, back off, reset.
Okay, Jim. This guy what you doing? Go get him. Go get him, Donald. There he is. Let's get him.
Something else too, when you create space, it forces people to run through the open, right? So right now, if Faide just backs up and this team chases, he's basically going to be able to catch them in a really open, shitty scenario when Faide is going to have lots of cover to play with. In the open. Oh, wow.
I got shot in the back. What the?
Did he get shot in the back? I didn't see him get shot in the back. I was just his teammate who, like, kind of killed him. Reset. Back off. Alright, don't stay in a fight that isn't working. Practice holstering your gun, taking yourself out of those bad situations. Now, because Faide is on low ground and the guy's on the high ground, Faide is either going to do one of two things. Faide is either going to wait until that individual looks away, giving him the chance to move up through the open freely without taking any damage, or two, he's going to force that player to look away, either by shooting at him, hitting him, or doing something that will displace him, like an arc star or a grenade, right? That grenade, they're not going to want to get hit by it. They're going to step away, giving Faide the chance to move up. Oh, he actually got forced to look away. He's not looking. Push up. No, that wasn't even on him, bro. What? That player shouldn't have dropped down. Now he's stuck in the open. So again, you notice how we keep talking about if you back off, it forces people to come to you. Or how you shouldn't be putting yourself into the middle of a fight. You should play at a distance and off the damage push up. That player could have easily played at a distance in terms of just playing the high ground, right? Whenever Faide steps like out into the open, again, the guy should be always looking to be putting in damage. A lot of the time he was kind of stepping back, looking away, just allowing Faide to run through the open. Right? Right here. Like the guy knows he's over here. He should be playing the edge, looking down for Faide right now, but he's just not. Also, right here, right? Again, he's just not even trying to look at what's happening. Nor is he putting down spikes to kind of control what Faide's doing. As soon as this, right? Again, he could just look down and just caught Faide in the open, do a little bit of damage, and then while Faide moves back, he just pushes off the damage that he puts in. But instead, he's going to jump down. Now he's stuck. He's forced to play in the open. It wouldn't have been the worst situation if he dropped down and there was cover that he could have moved in and out of, right? But he drops down with nowhere to play. Faide just steps back into cover, keeps his health up for a tiny little moment, forces that individual to miss shots, goes back to putting in damage, and then again, you notice right there, holster, his gun goes down, his knife comes out. Now, when he steps into cover, he only needs to take one step, and he can instantly slide out, right? Again, when you pair that with other mechanics like a wall jump, a tap strafe, a super jump, whatever it is, you go from doing something that is super simple to something that's just a little bit more complicated, but it's super effective. So, damage comes back in, reset, instant slide out, and now you're just instantly repositioning your body, becoming very, very unpredictable. So as long as you're the one pushing up, disengaging first, and then instantly re-engaging, you're typically going to be the ones that win those fights, unless your aim just is not there. Bro, I'm almost done my GFuel. In case you guys did not know, we are also partnered with GFuel to keep us continuously energized throughout the day. Something that I absolutely love about GFuel is that you don't get those energy crashes that you would get typically when you like drink caffeine or an espresso or something like that. So if you guys want to stay completely fueled all day long, logged in and focused, consider heading on over to GFuel and using code DISTRICT to save yourself 10% off. Personally, my current favorite flavor right now is the sour chug rug, which is actually the one that I have right here. It's like a sour blueberry almost. That's pretty much exactly what it is, actually, like a sour blueberry. Another really, really good one, but I think it's limited edition, and I don't see it anymore on the website. It's this, hold on, let me see if I can, got it right over here. Got it right here. It's this Rick and Morty inspired portal fluid one, and it's like a limeade flavor. Oh, dude, it's so good. Drink it every single morning, whenever I work out, whenever I play, whenever I stream. Super, super awesome. Anyways, you guys can pick up a case for yourself or check out the sales that they have on the website. They have sales 24/7. So you guys can always get something at cheap discounts as well. Again, use code DISTRICT, save yourself 10% off, and support your boy, and stay focused.
What the hell?
Gets himself the safety, somewhere that he can play from. Mantle jump in case there was someone there. Back off, reset. If you back off, it forces people to move through the open. Right? So if you can effectively back off and then catch people while they're moving up, you're putting yourself in cover and you're putting them in the open. You're giving yourself a really good chance to fight people. Please take that.
Anyone take that?
Now, typically, if we can get damage on someone, we have two options. We can use that damage to push the individual who's hurt if they're really close, giving us a very easy knock, or we can use the damage on one person to push someone else and take a 1v1. Damage. An R9 swap might have been able to get that knock on there, right? Getting swarmed, not a good fight if he stays there. He's going to back off, create space, try to catch someone in the open. Gun down so you move faster.
Oh, still focusing me, of course.
Create space.
I move.
No shot, you win this. Oh, he's so lucky, bro. That Pathfinder got knocked by the other team. Reset. Be the first one to re-engage here, right? They're rezzing, so this is an opportunity to see what's happening. The alt's gonna kind of push him away, though. It would have been a bad scenario if he just stayed in the alt. That almost hit. Huge knock.
Oh my god, I'm ass.
I don't know if you saw there's a guy on the right side.
Wait, that guy's on their team? Ain't no way. Oh, I see him. I'm not gonna kill him though. I gotta keep him alive. Fucking rezzing, bro. Not even trying to win the game at that point.
Oh, 250 headshot. Move off that damage, move through the open, no one's looking, get a little bit closer.
No way.
Catch people in the open if you can. Oh, no shot that hit. Last one, 1 HP. He literally just needs to break that and he wins that. You re-res this? GG. No, dude, Faide's actually just insane. His aim on top of his movement is just absolutely insane. Now, everyone, make sure to go. If you, honestly, I don't know who isn't subscribed to Faide. Make sure to go hit that subscribe button. All notifications. Faide, dude, absolute insane player. Congratulations on hitting 1 mil subs. I think everyone is insanely proud of this guy. He is the bee's knees. Faide is literally the staple of the Apex community. He, like, you think of Apex, you instantly think of Faide. Like, that's all that there is to it. You don't even think of Imperial Hal, the CEO. You think of Faide, the fucking god of Apex. Now, if you guys want to continue to learn more about Apex Legends and you want to maybe even kind of get your clips breaking down to see what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong, to know how you need to improve and where you're lacking, you know, in the game that you're so passionate about, consider subscribing to my channel and consider getting one-on-one coaching with me. We have coaching sessions that start at $7 a month. And basically, we have 4 classes a month, 1 class a week, where we go over your individual clips, right? And we break down, like I said, what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. We also have a movement class where we take you into a private lobby and we teach you one-on-one how to do specific movement techniques that maybe you're struggling with, and also how to implement it into your gameplay. So not just how to do a wall jump, but how to use wall jumps and get to certain ledges, or how to use your wall jumps in different movement mechanics to reposition your body, reach new areas, push in, push out, stay in fights, right? You have a coach in the lobby with you, working one-on-one with you as well. We also post movement guides on our website. It is a subscription service, but whenever you subscribe, you get to watch all of the other content from previous weeks and previous months that is always going to be there on the website. It's like a library almost of content that you can just access whenever you want. But yeah, that's all for today. If you guys enjoyed that video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and we will see you in next week's Wednesday reaction video.